Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, welcome to another Geek Culture Congress. I am one of your hosts, as always, Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by the world famous and number one nighttime jock in Tampa, Florida, Mr. Joey Franchize. Joey, tell him no. What's happening, yes. Mr. Tarek Lewis is not joining us today, so we will not have any funny banter. Later on, we do have another show later on. You'll be watching this show Wednesday morning. I think I'm going to get this up tomorrow morning. We're recording it the night before. So actually, you watching this Wednesday or hearing this podcast Wednesday, we're going to be doing another show Wednesday night, a live show on the Facebook. And then, of course, if you're listening to on the podcast, you just like to hear the audio. We get on the audio as well, and we upload so you can listen to it on your own time, okay? And we'll be getting into some Game of Thrones. We're going to recap Game of Thrones, all the seasons and everything that we missed. And then from 1 through 7, right? And then
on season 8.
Yeah, we might actually do some recaps of one, maybe multiple seasons, at least an episode that we can catch up on time before the last season starts. This is the final season that will be coming out, I believe, the end of April. Is it middle of April? I forget. I forgot the date, but I know it's soon. Maybe another 4 weeks or so. 4 or 5 weeks, maybe.
It's coming.
It's coming soon.
Game of Thrones is coming.
Yes.
Winter is coming.
And speak about coming, and not to have your mind in the gutter, but what's actually coming. This is PG-13, the show, guys. Okay, is of course Marvel Cinematic Universe's first movie for 2019, Captain Marvel. And ladies and gentlemen, me and Joey Franchize had the almost privilege, to watch a preview of Captain Marvel.
I felt super
important.
Super important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good. That's good. It's always good to feel important, you know. I want to thank the marketing team at Sly Fox, of course, for the invite and for throwing us a bone, actually, giving us some exclusive content. And we, ladies and gentlemen, will be giving you our heartfelt, spoiler-free review of Captain Marvel before you spend your hard-earned dollars on the movie this weekend. It comes out Friday, March 8th. That's right. So, Joey Franchize, let them know how you feel about Captain Marvel now that you have finally experienced it and tasted it for the first time. There you go.
I know I'm gonna see it again, but I definitely felt like I was, for some reason, I was expecting just maybe a tad bit more.
A tad bit more? How much more do you want? They're gonna give you the main course comes in April,
And I think that's really what it was. It's more so.
Yeah.
It was the warm up before Avengers Endgame, because Marvel had talked about putting Captain Marvel in their movies since Ultron, and
that's
it's
right.
like, how do you introduce this character? Like, how did you just pop her in an Avengers movie without giving her backstory? I think they did the story, and they did it very, very well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, take that away from them at all. I thought the story was really well thought out. Brie Larson as Carol Danvers was amazing. I enjoyed also her on-screen buddy cop feel with Samuel L. Jackson. That was really cool as Nick Fury. It's a very feel-good story, and it is definitely a lot of especially if you're a woman and you're gonna go check out this movie, like, you're gonna feel very empowered. At the many times that you see, even in the trailers, Carol get knocked down and get right back up.
Right.
So this is definitely a movie that's gonna empower young girls and just women, all together, because it's really, her character is solid.
Very
and
cool.
I really enjoyed Brie Larson as the character. Like I said, the only thing I really expected more out of was because, Avengers, Endgame stuff, and I think I wanted to learn more. I think there was, and my thing was just I thought there was maybe a hiccup in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but for those who have followed the MCU throughout, probably would know what I'm talking about as soon as we, get into the spoiler zone after everybody's had a chance to check it
definitely.
out.
Well, definitely next week we'll get into more spoilers and talk about what actually went down in the movie. Hopefully with Tarek, because hopefully by then he'd have seen it himself. So we don't want to spoil it for him.
Right.
So in a scale of I don't know, let's say 5 stars, what'd you give the movie?
I give it a 4.
4.
I
Solid
give
4?
it 4.
Very cool. Very cool. So definitely go see it.
Definitely go see it. It's got replay value. I'm definitely gonna go check it out a second time.
Okay, very cool. I feel the movie was very well done for what it was. I've said on this show before that Captain Marvel is a very difficult character to translate into what they did, and they did it very well. There's a lot of things that I thought I knew from watching, from reading stuff online and seeing the pictures, and I kind of assumed what the plot would be, and I was really thrown for a loop and really surprised. So if you are a Marvel fan, or you've read the source material before, expect the unexpected. That's all I gotta say when you sit down and watch this movie. Right. It's very surprised. I was very surprised, and I welcomed it as well, because it was a different take, a little shakeup, of the actual source material without spoiling anything. So I'll leave it at that. I loved the introduction of the character to the world, the way it was done. I like the female empowerment thing. That was very cool. I don't think it was overdone. I think it was very well suitably done.
I wanted to cheer at certain points.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like it. It felt good, to see her overcome a lot of adversity in that movie.
Right. No, it was very well done. I enjoyed it. It was a good origin story, definitely. It was definitely, if you're looking for, the classic origin story, storytelling to be done in this movie, it was done very well. So I want to give it another 4 as well. Cool. Just 4 out of 5. Very well done. I don't think they broke any new ground or anything like that, but it was a very well done entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Right. And little appetizer before we get into the meat and potatoes of what is
for sure.
Endgame coming soon.
Yeah, it's a very good intro, because I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of her, and we're going to see what more she can do, and we're going to see this character grow going forward. And I think when Endgame comes, it's like you're going to probably appreciate this movie a lot more, because now you've had a chance to see her, on different occasions.
Yeah, I think, do you think that, people need to see this movie before they see Endgame?
I think so. Yeah, they do. They do. Because this is really a coming-of-age story, not just for her, but also for Nick Fury, the way it's pretty much set up, it's a young Nick Fury who's just, seeing, someone of Carol Danvers' power and ability, for the first time.
Right.
So you're getting not only an introduction for her, but also Nick Fury, because, he always just has this side role in the movies, and he just kind of popped up, in the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
So you never really got too much of a backstory, and it's cool because they're learning each other. We're learning about them. That's why I love the chemistry between both of them.
Right.
Because she's asking questions, and, he's asking questions, so we're getting to know them at the same time. And it's really gonna flourish, I think, when Endgame comes in a month and a half. So I'm hyped.
Very cool, very cool. I say if you're just not interested in it, and you just want to get into Endgame, I'd say there's nothing wrong with you skipping this movie. I don't recommend it. Okay, one, because this is obviously going to be something very important that this character's needed for the next movie,
right?
And you're going to be probably watching the Endgame and wondering where the heck she came from, why.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't want to be confused.
Why does she have these powers? And you're just gonna have some confusion, and you're gonna probably come back and watch it again later at your own time anyway. So, just to save you probably the confusion of what this character's all about, go see the movie.
Yeah, for real.
But if you're just that kind of person that can live with just not getting emotionally attached to the character or learning about the backstory of the character, by all means, you could skip it. I don't think you'll miss out on the whole pros of what the second part of Avengers will bring, but I don't recommend it. It's a really good movie, really good origin story. Go check it out.
It's a great origin story, like you said,
Yeah.
and this cast, was awesome too. Like I really appreciated Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambo in the movie as well, and also Ben Mendelsohn. I think he kind of stole some of the show.
Yeah, it was really
as
good.
playing Talos in the movie, which was really cool. And it's a great twist.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like too when I was I was kind of antsy because it felt like a mystery.
Right.
Because you're learning, in the movie, and you see it through the commercials. She's learning about herself, trying to figure out, what's her purpose and where she comes from and things like that.
Right.
But it's a mystery movie, so just really go. It's a fun ride, and it literally keeps you guessing at times. Because there was times where I was just kind of like,
yeah.
What's going
like I said,
on?
even for me, that's read the source material, or at least I'm familiar with it. Than most other people, most people who just probably seen the movies. I was pleasantly surprised on how a lot of characters were introduced.
Yeah.
A lot of the supporting characters were introduced. I was very pleasantly surprised. So. Go check it out. We highly recommend it here in Geek Culture Congress, at least on behalf of myself and Mr. Joy Franchize. We cannot speak for Tarek Lewis. But tomorrow, Tarek, or later on today, sorry, if you're watching this on Wednesday, later on tonight, around 6 p.m., I think we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to get into some Game of Thrones. We're also going to do a wrap-up, talk about some things that we missed, that we didn't talk about. Me and Tarek are going to talk about a little bit about Voltron. Voltron had its final season on Netflix. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about Punisher. I think we talked a little bit about Punisher last time. We touched it. I think we'll just do a quick recap just in case. And Umbrella, the Umbrella.
I gotta check it. Everybody's been telling me nothing but good things about that.
The Umbrella Academy, man. I finished that with my wife yesterday, and it's a good watch, man. I was really pleasantly surprised. Another show that pleasantly surprised me. I highly recommend it. I did not read any of the source material, so that was my first introduction to that world, and
awesome.
it was really well done. So, me and Tarek will get into that Wednesday. Of course, with you, Joy Franchize, you'll be joining us as well, right?
For sure.
All right, guys. So tomorrow, 6 p.m., we go live again right here on Facebook. Get into some Game of Thrones, talk about what we've seen so far in season 1, possibly season 2, and we're going to talk about some Voltron and everything else that we haven't talked about yet since the last time we see you. And thank you so much for supporting Geek Culture Congress. Joey, let them know about everything that's going on with you in your world.
Make sure you tapped in with me every Monday through Friday on Wild 94.1, 7 to midnight. Of course, you can follow me on the socials too, at Joey Franchize on Twitter and Instagram.
Very cool. And then, of course, me. You can follow me. We're all on the bottom there of the video. It's very simple. All the socials for me are at DJ Speedy JR. I move that as a DJ, so you can follow my nocturnal life. And, of course, I also am a story editor for a comic book that's available right now, Comixology, Amazon. It's called Alienox. I highly recommend it. Volume 3 is coming out real soon, and we work very hard on it. So a lot of some of my concepts are actually included in this issue, so I'm really excited about it. So shouts out to Albert de Almas and all the Almas Comics peoples. And tomorrow, or actually later on today, sorry, I'm confused. I'm like in a time
You're in the time vortex.
Yeah. So
Quantum realm.
Later on today, we'll be coming back again with another Geek Culture Congress, and we'll get into some other stuff that we haven't talked about yet. So thanks, guys, for all the support. Go follow us right now on the Instagram at Geek Culture Congress. Also, if you haven't liked the Facebook page, do it now. I post news and breaking news and rumors all the time. Follow us on Geek Culture Congress on Facebook. Do it now.